With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair.
Over the last year, we've seen Sheryl Swoopes repeatedly go after Caitlin Clark with one strange claim after another. She argued Clark was 25 years old competing against much younger college players, said her rookie season was nothing special, and even claimed no one wanted to play alongside her. The criticism just kept coming without slowing down.
Your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of
hard, right? And I used, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dumb.
Then Cheryl Miller entered the conversation. The basketball icon and Clark's former coach fired back on the All the Smoke podcast, calling Swoopes a big dummy, while breaking apart those misleading stories one by one. Miller firmly challenged Swoopes' comments, and her strong support for Caitlin Clark also pointed to an exciting future for the Indiana Fever that has fans talking. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Player of the Year, two-time national championship, two-time tournament MVP, first woman to dunk in an organized game, gold medalist. Thank you for making time. Welcome to the show, Cheryl Miller.
Before we look at everything Miller had to say, have you ever asked yourself why one of basketball's greatest names appears so determined to criticize the WNBA's biggest rising star? Let's take a closer look at the unusual campaign, meaning a continued effort, Sheryl Swoopes has carried out against Caitlin Clark, starting from her college years and continuing ever since.
We'll talk about how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a...
The controversy began when Swoopes made several inaccurate statements about Clark's college career. One of the most shocking was her claim that Clark was 25 years old while competing against 20-year-old players during her time at Iowa. In reality, Clark was only 22 and simply playing her fourth season, just like many other college seniors. After people challenged the false claim, Swoopes changed her explanation, saying it was only exaggeration, meaning not meant literally, because of COVID eligibility rules, but that excuse failed to convince many people.
Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40.
However, Swoopes wasn't finished. She also claimed Clark took 40 shots every game, making her seem like a selfish player who shot too often. In truth, Clark averaged 22.7 shots per game. What makes that statement even more ironic is that Swoopes herself averaged 19.2 shots per game during her own senior season, only 3 fewer than Clark. As Clark got closer to breaking the NCAA all-time scoring record, Swoopes changed her approach again by arguing the accomplishment wasn't as meaningful because Clark supposedly needed a 5th year to reach it.
Caitlin, if you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
The claim was completely untrue. Clark broke the record in the same 4-year period as most college players. Swoopes ignored the fact that the COVID eligibility rule, a special rule giving players an extra season, could have let Clark stay for a 5th year, but Clark decided not to take it. When Clark entered the WNBA, Swoopes confidently said she would not shine at the professional level. Yet as Clark kept setting rookie assist records and became one of the league's top playmakers, Swoopes suddenly stopped making those claims. The statistics told the real story. Clark ended her rookie season with an average of 19.2 points and a league-best 8.4 assists per game, proving her critics wrong and earning Rookie of the Year.
What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Respectfully, there is absolutely no way, even when we're trying to sit here and play semantics about dominating, there's no way that anyone could ever leave this season in saying that both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese didn't dominate. You would have to further explain what dominance means for you to not sit here and say that a player who is leading the league in assists while averaging 19 to 20 points didn't dominate.
One of the clearest examples came during Swoopes' appearance on Angel Reese's podcast. She continued making comments that questioned Clark while also claiming she had nothing against her. It was a clear example of her words not matching her actions.
Since she was in college, I helped do her shoe deal with Nike in 1993, took her to her first SBs. I've known Cheryl, I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her. I called her when Caitlin was still playing at Iowa and she had just broken Maravich's record. And it was all over the place, as you and I have discussed, that there was this quote by Cheryl that said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were...
People across the basketball world recognized this ongoing pattern. In time, Swoopes was taken off the broadcast team for a Fever game and replaced by Nancy Lieberman, who openly challenged the false information being shared about the standout rookie.
The treadmill, and I called her as a friend, and I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston, I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone. And I was like, Cheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with her.
The basketball community had been waiting for a respected voice to join the Caitlin Clark discussion. That moment arrived when Cheryl Miller appeared on the All the Smoke podcast and strongly responded to Clark's critics. When a basketball icon who has personally coached Clark decides enough is enough, the result is one of the most genuine defenses seen in women's basketball.
Actually, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. Yeah. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she...
Miller didn't simply offer casual support for Clark. She spoke with the confidence and accuracy that only someone of her experience could bring. Her now famous response to critics like Swoopes summed it up in just 2 words, "Come on, you big dummies." The studio burst into laughter, but Miller was only beginning. She passionately defended Clark's dedication after seeing it herself. This wasn't just another commentator speaking up for Clark. It was Cheryl Miller, one of the greatest basketball players ever, directly calling out the double standard, meaning unfair treatment, surrounding the young star. She also highlighted a fact that Clark's critics often chose to ignore.
Look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for it to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So, with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid.
The uncomfortable reality Clark's detractors won't admit is that her influence has raised the whole league, even boosting the pay of some of the very people who keep attacking her.
He coached the WNBA All-Star game. You spent some time with Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job
Best
ever.
coaching job ever.
Caitlin Clark, how was the experience with her? She's such a big star. The sky's the limit for her. To be around her, just talk about the type of person she is and how much.
Just because it needs to be said, I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her. I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my...
Miller's backing carries weight because it comes from what she saw herself, not from assumptions. After coaching Clark in the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, Miller got a close look at her play beyond the viral clips, and what she found impressed her more than expected. "I was glad and proud to see the story wasn't true," Miller said, stressing the point again. That single line cut through months of media spin, and she went on to give uncommon detail about what really sets Clark apart. Under Miller's careful breakdown of Clark's game was something even more important, a real bond built in the middle of Clark's hardest stretch. When the Fever finally got their first win of the 2024 season, Miller did more than offer congratulations. She gave the rookie something few others did then, steady, unconditional support, meaning support with no strings attached. The embrace between Miller and Clark after Indiana's first victory was far more than a routine exchange between basketball names. It showed how alone Clark had felt while dealing with non-stop criticism after joining the league. Looking back on that emotional moment, Miller said, "I gave her the biggest hug I could. When she saw me, she was like, oh man, finally somebody who's on my side." She was getting hit from every angle.
Her past, and I didn't know how talented she was and how well she sees the game in a 3D version, thinker, defensively a lot better than I thought and gave her credit for. So watching her and just spending a little time, and one thing, guys, that I've learned is to step back and let these kids be them.
At that difficult and emotional point, Miller did far more than offer kind but empty words. She shared advice that could only come from someone who had faced similar challenges herself. "I'm so proud of you. Enjoy this moment. Let it become your guide, but never stop being yourself. No matter what happens, always stay true to who you are." Those words were more than encouragement. They became real support for a rookie struggling under huge expectations and constant criticism.
Getting hit with everything left and right, and I just said, I hugged her. I said, "I'm so proud of you." I go, savor this. Use this as a formula. I said, but keep being you. I said, no matter what, keep being.
Whenever Cheryl Miller speaks, the basketball world pays attention, and there is a strong reason for that. Her opinion is backed by an incredible career that includes 3 Naismith Player of the Year awards, 2 national titles, an Olympic gold medal, and a place in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Yet her belief in Clark is about much more than her own achievements. She recognizes a special quality that many critics fail to notice: Clark's outstanding court vision, meaning her ability to see plays develop, which makes her much more than only a scorer.
The crown that she's wearing right now.
Right.
And it wasn't something that she self-anointed herself. It's something that's been placed on her head, and I hope people understand that. But it's
The one thing I don't think people truly value about that young lady's game is her passing. She can really pass the ball. She racks up great assists. Her bounce pass, a pass that hits the floor before reaching a teammate, is incredibly effective, and that skill is almost missing from today's game. The one thing I believe people don't fully appreciate about her game is how well she passes the ball. Miller stressed this point because she believes it is the skill that lifts Clark from being an outstanding player to someone who could become truly exceptional. It was more than simple praise. It was confirmation from someone who knows real basketball talent when she sees it.
just, I gave her the biggest hug that I could. And when she saw me, she's like, oh man, finally somebody I see that's on my side.
Right, they can relate.
The one thing that I said to her, and she was heading into her senior year, was have fun. No matter all the static, just make sure.
Miller's opinion carries even greater value because of her rare role connecting player development with the stories shaped by the media. During the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, she watched Clark's talent unfold right in front of her. With one direct and honest comment, she broke apart the false stories that longtime voices around the league had been building about Clark for months.
Set a screen for Kaylin. Kaylin don't need a screen. Kaylin's got great handles. The one thing that I don't think people really appreciate about that young lady's game, she can pass the ball.
She can't pass. She got great assists.
She
the bounce pass is powerful,
which is almost non-existent.
The All-Star Game did more than prove those doubts wrong. It also marked the start of a connection that could change the future of the Indiana Fever. When Caitlin Clark, feeling nervous, called Cheryl Miller coach for the first time, neither of them knew they were taking the first step toward what could eventually become the WNBA's next championship contender.
What they've done for the women's game from the collegiate level to now, and it's working. And it was only a matter of time. And great narratives, great storylines, but now the bottom line comes down to one thing. It's about basketball. And it's about
Miller's perspective especially valuable is her unique position at the intersection of player development and media narratives. During the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game, she witnessed firsthand Clark's greatness in real time. In one straightforward observation, she dismantled months of false narratives being created by the old guard about
Advice, if any, did you share in that meeting with Caitlin? Because I know that she spoke very highly of you, got great respect.
Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious. And
even before they shared the court, Clark had admired Miller from a distance with clear respect. Obviously, Cheryl is one of the pioneers, meaning the first people who helped shape our game. She's an amazing person, and her personality truly shines, Clark said. Every word showed how much she appreciated the basketball legend. It wasn't just a polite compliment. She was honestly thrilled about the chance to learn from someone she admired so much. As the All-Star coaching announcement got closer, her excitement continued to grow. Having her coach us is really exciting for me. I was so happy when I heard the news, Clark explained, showing just how much this opportunity meant. Their first meeting then revealed just how promising this new connection could become.
Cheryl for a little while now. I think her energy, that's what I love about her. Like, it's just contagious. And
even with all her confidence on the court, Clark greeted Miller with the respect of a player meeting someone she had always looked up to. I called her coach, and she replied, "I'm not sure about that. We'll see how I do during the game," Clark remembered with a smile. That short exchange showed the humility, meaning modesty, that both of them share and highlighted the strong relationship beginning to form. What makes this partnership especially exciting for Indiana is the confidence Miller already has in the Fever's future. After spending time with the team's core players, she spoke without hesitation. Indiana has a very, very bright future. Coming from someone who has won multiple national championships and Olympic gold medals, that opinion carries real importance that basketball experts immediately respect.
two people that have done so much for the game. For me, it's super special. Like, there's still two people that I really look up to and idolize and appreciate everything that they've done, and for them to have this moment too and be a part of it, like, it's just...
The biggest thing that impressed Miller was not only Clark's personal talent, but also the fearless attitude of the entire Fever roster. "This is not a team people want to face," Miller said. "They're improving, they're confident, and they play without fear." That mental advantage, meaning a strong mindset, and the willingness to compete against anyone are qualities every championship team needs during difficult moments. Even more surprising was how impressed Miller became with the young team's basketball intelligence. "I didn't expect their basketball IQ, meaning their understanding of the game, to be that high," she admitted. "I knew they were smart because they compete at this level, but seeing it firsthand is different." That deep understanding of the game is what turns good teams into truly great ones.
What an opportunity. And I was excited, like really, really excited, till I found out that the team I'm coaching wants to beat the brakes off our Olympic team. I'm like, okay, the pressure's on. So now we got a game, folks. We're going to have a game.
24. As the 2025 season approaches, something exciting is developing in Indiana that goes far beyond game plans and strategy. The strong respect shared by Caitlin Clark and Cheryl Miller is more than simple admiration. It has become the base for something that could lead to a championship. Clark has called Miller one of the pioneers, meaning the early leaders, of the sport, and has praised her positive personality. What makes their relationship stand out is how sincere it feels from both of them. Miller has been amazed by Clark's talent, especially her court vision, which she says is like seeing the game in 3 dimensions. These are not empty compliments but recognition from one of basketball's greatest minds. When Miller told Clark, "I'm so proud of you. Enjoy this moment, use it as a formula, meaning a guide, but always stay true to yourself," she was doing more than encouraging her. She was passing valuable wisdom to the next generation. While some critics continue spreading misleading claims, this partnership between Clark and Miller shows everything that is right about basketball across generations. Indiana's future looks more than promising. It has the potential to become championship level with this kind of guidance. Let us know in the comments how excited you are. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the video on your screen, and we'll see you in the next one.
It came well before today's game. They were skilled. They were incredible. The spotlight is now enhanced, and give these women credit. They have certainly elevated the game. But there are some truly, truly great players that could play today that played yesterday.
And you know what? And I love the way that you said piggyback, because in no way, shape, or form am I not appreciative of where the game is at and the exposure, because we get exposure. Everybody forgot Lynette Woodard until Caitlin Clark broke her scoring